Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley, and I am your digital news desk host. We came to you earlier today about a press conference that was being held by the Jackson Police Department regarding several murders that happened over the weekend here in the capital city. One of those murders happened on Marine Street. We had another one that happened on Lakewood Drive. And then we also found out about one this morning, and it happened on McClure Street. What we're going to do for you now, and you have to forgive me because it is the raw video that we're playing. It has not been edited down yet. But we had some technical difficulties earlier. We couldn't show you live at the press conference, but we do have the video of it. And I'm going to play this for you guys and let you know or let you hear from JPD Chief Joseph Wade to get an update on the murders that happened.
Can you talk for me real quick?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay, we're ready. Right, good. Okay, all right. Good morning. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Want to speak with you about 3 homicides we had within a 24-hour period here in the city of Jackson. Very concerning to me, very disturbing to me as well. The first one was our 52nd homicide of the year, which happened in the 1000 block of Marine Street around 6:30 p.m. on yesterday. A young man, Davion Miles, 18 years of age, lost his life during a drive-by shooting. The suspect vehicle in that case is a gray Kia. It was reported stolen on yesterday morning, tag number HPK 470 Mississippi tag. We received some Crime Stoppers information about this case. We're asking the public, if you have any information about this case, please contact the Jackson Police Department at 601-960-1234 and also Crime Stoppers 601-355-TIPS. It's very concerning. My understanding, this young man was standing out in the yard. Him and another young man and these individuals drove by, fired shots at them. He was struck and he later died from his injuries. So we are investigating that case. We are in the process of interviewing witnesses in the case or people who may have some knowledge about why it happened. And we do expect to make an arrest in that case. Now, the 53rd homicide of the year was in the 3200 block of Lakewood around 11 p.m. last night. This incident was extremely disturbing. And why I say that is because based on our crime scene work, collecting evidence at that location, over 180 rounds were fired in the 3200 block of Lakewood. Over 3,200 rounds were fired. And we're talking about assault rifle rounds. In that particular case, another young man lost his life. Amar Harper, 25 years of age, was sitting in a car in the 3200 block of Lakewood along with 2 other individuals. They were able to escape, 2 passengers in the vehicle, but he was sitting in the driver's seat and he succumbed to his injuries. We do have suspect vehicle information in that, one being a white sedan, and the other being a gray Kia. We feel that these 2 incidents may be related on Marine Street in Lakewood because we still have in the photo, as you see, a vehicle that resembles the same vehicle that had done the drive-by shooting on Marine Street earlier in the day. We are interviewing witnesses in the case on Lakewood. We do have some individuals who have some very good information in that case as to who these shooters may be. But again, over 180 rounds fired at that location. That is reckless, that is lawless, and that's individuals who do not have value for human life. And again, we have individuals with thin skin who do not know how to deal with conflict. Their idea of dealing with conflict is getting an assault rifle and shooting up a whole neighborhood block. that is unacceptable. And these individuals who are a threat to Mr. Harper and a threat to Mr. Miles are a threat to all of us. So we will hold them accountable for their actions. And I do want to back up and say this. My prayers and condolences go out to all of these victims who lost their life this weekend. All of these victims' families, we will keep them uplifted in prayer, and we will bring a resolution to their family real soon and hold these individuals, these lawless, reckless individuals accountable for their actions. Now, the 54th homicide of the year happened in the 600 block of McClure Road this morning at around 6:30 a.m. The next of kin has not been notified yet, so out of respect for the family, I do not want to release his name, but based on our information, it was a 32-year-old black male, a 32-year-old black male. He was sitting in his car at an intersection. The individual in front of him got out of his vehicle and began to fire shots into his vehicle. That vehicle is a gray in color pickup truck, four-door pickup truck with a missing front right fender, Based on our investigation thus far, these individuals possibly knew each other, possibly are acquaintances, and there was some type of conflict that led to this incident. We are in the process of collecting more information. And what is good, and I want to commend the citizens of Jackson. In all three of these cases, there were families in these neighborhoods who had cameras on their homes. In all three of these homicides, there were cameras in the area that captured these shootings. All three of them. I want to commend these citizens for helping us to solve these cases, get suspect information, get footage of these vehicles, footage of the whole entire incident. That's because our citizens in the city of Jackson are tired of this foolishness, as well as I am. We've got to deal with conflict better. We've got to love and embrace each other instead of killing each other, especially when you're killing acquaintances or people that you know. And then you are subjecting other people, subjecting them to that violence in their neighborhood. So I'm very concerned about what happened this weekend, but I'm pleading to the public. Let's put the guns down. Let's have a ceasefire. If you have some situation you can't mitigate, I'm out in the neighborhoods all the time. Saturday was a beautiful day in the city of Jackson. I attended so many community events at churches, food giveaways, church fun days, the Mega Everest Parade, the Georgetown Festival. It was a day of beauty in the city of Jackson. And then to have this type of violence by a few cowards, a few individuals destroyed that beautiful weekend, but these three people losing their life. We will hold them accountable. And if anyone has any information, please contact the Jackson Police Department. I'm open for any questions that you may have.
So that is the press conference from Jackson Police Chief Joseph Wade that happened earlier today. I'm going to give you guys a recap of what he said has happened with these three homicides over the past 24 hours. So the first homicide was on Sunday. It was the 52nd homicide of the year here in Jackson. It happened in the 100 block of Marine Street. It was around 6:30. And an 18-year-old lost his life in a drive-by shooting. The car that is connected to this is a gray Kia. It was discovered to be stolen, or it was reported stolen yesterday morning. The tag on that gray Kia is HPK470. If you have any information on this, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers or the Jackson Police Department. Chief Wade did say that they do expect to make arrests in this. They do have suspects in mind. So the 53rd homicide of the year here in Jackson occurred on 3200 Lakewood Drive, and it happened around 11 o'clock. It was the 3200 block of Lakewood Drive. Happened around 11 o'clock last night. This one, according to Chief Wade, this one was particularly disturbing. So there were over 180 rounds fired in this shooting and killing that happened on Lakewood. 180 rounds fired. They said it was an assault rifle type of rounds. 25-year-old individual lost his life, and they are looking for a white sedan with this one. So that one, the 53rd murder of the year here in Jackson on the 3200 block of Lakewood, around 11 o'clock last night. Over 180 rounds, assault rifle style rounds, were fired in this, where an individual, 25-year-old, lost his life. And then there was a murder that happened this morning, or they discovered it this morning. No, I'm sorry, it did happen this morning, and it happened around 6:30 a.m. around the 600 block of McClure Street. So a 32-year-old black male has lost his life in that one. What Chief Wade just told us about is that the vehicle where the individual got shot was parked at an intersection. There was a gray four-door pickup in front of him in the intersection, and that individual that was in the pickup got out and fired shots at the person who lost their life, and he died from his injuries. The family has not yet been notified. They have not contacted next of kin, so they did not release his name, but they did say it was a 32-year-old black male. Now, the gray four-door pickup truck that is wanted in this last murder that happened this morning, according to Chief Wade, he said that it was missing the front right fender. So if you know of a gray four-door pickup truck that is missing its front right fender, please contact the Jackson Police Department so they can be made aware of that. Now, Chief Wade did say that it is possible that the two murders that happened on yesterday could be related. He also said that he commended the citizens of Jackson because in all three of these incidents, neighbors and people in the neighborhood of where the crimes happened had cameras on their home, and they were able to get video of the incidents happening, the entire incidents. And he wanted to commend the Jackson citizens for having those cameras and being able to assist in the discovery of who these criminals are. So again, we have the 52nd murder of the year, which happened on Marine Street. And the individual that lost his life in this one, his name is Davian Miles. So I do have a video of, here are a shot of the vehicle that is they believe to be connected to this homicide. So it's a gray four-door Kia with the tag number HPK 470. Again, that's HPK 470. And it is believed that this vehicle was reported stolen yesterday morning. But the suspect who was driving this vehicle did kill 18-year-old Davian Miles. And this happened on Marine Street in the 1000 block of Marine Street. And that was about 6:30 yesterday. And again, they're asking if you have any information to please contact Crime Stoppers. The number for Crime Stoppers is 601-355-TIPS. So 601-355-TIPS. Now, he also said the 53rd homicide of the year here in Jackson happened around 11 o'clock last night, and it was on the 3200 block of Lakewood Drive. They say that 180 rounds of assault rifle rounds were fired at this shooting. A white sedan is wanted in connection to this. They do believe that they will have someone in custody for this. They do have suspects, but they said that they are looking for a white sedan. Again, this happened at the 3200 block of Lakewood Drive around 11 o'clock last night. 180 assault rifle rounds were fired. Chief Wade believes that in the murder that happened on Marine Street, as well as the murder that happened on Lakewood Drive, could be connected. They are asking if you have any information to please contact Jackson Police Department or Crime Stoppers. The number for Crime Stoppers is 601-355-TIPS, TIPS. And then there was a murder that happened this morning around 6:30 a.m. and was in the 600 block of McClure Street. So an individual, 32-year-old black male, did lose his life in this murder. They have not been notified or have not yet notified next of kin, so they are not releasing his name yet. But the vehicle that the person lost their life in was at an intersection, and there was a gray four-door pickup truck in front of him. Person got out of that gray pickup truck and fired shots into the vehicle, where this 32-year-old ended up losing his life because of that. Chief Wade also said that with the gray four-door pickup truck, it is missing a front right fender. So if you know of anyone in a gray four-door pickup truck that is missing its front right fender, please give the police department a call, or Crime Stoppers. And again, in this press release, or the press conference rather, Chief Wade wanted to commend the citizens of Jackson, because in all of these crimes, there were their neighbors that had they had cameras outside their home, and they were able to get all of the footage for that. So I do see your comments here, and you say that there was that a vehicle that they found HPK 470 in Pebble Creek yesterday. Thank you for that information. I will pass that along to our newsroom so we can make sure that we find out if that did in fact happen. I believe you, but we're going to double check it just to make sure. And we will be releasing that information soon. So I'm going to pass that along to our news department. I see a lot of you guys posting here. Crystal Croson said it's so sad, and is extremely sad. And as Chief Wade said, with the shooting that happened on Lakewood Drive, the 3200 block of Lakewood Drive, that one was particularly disturbing because 182 assault rifle rounds were fired there. Over 180 assault rifle rounds. And there are, people that live there and possibly kids in that area. And it is a particularly disturbing to hear something like that happen. But our thoughts and our prayers are with the victims and their families today. Okay, Rebecca, I see your comment here about the photos on Facebook. We will definitely look into that, and if we can get the confirmation on that, we will let you guys know that that actually did happen. So again, 3 murders in the less than 24 hours here in the capital city. Had the 52nd murder of the year, which happened at 1000 block of Marine Street. It was a drive-by shooting, and an 18-year-old lost his life. That happened around 6:30 yesterday. Then around 11 o'clock last night, the 53rd murder of the year happened, and that was in the 3200 block of Lakewood Drive, where over 180 rounds of assault rifle rounds were fired. A 25-year-old lost his life there, and let me see if the name of the victim has been released, and it's Amara Harper, who lost his life in that instance. They are looking for a white 4-door sedan with this, as well as the gray Kia with the other murder that happened on yesterday. And then this morning, the 54th murder of the year, which happened on the 600 block of McClure Street. It was around 6:30 this morning. And a 32-year-old black male did lose his life there. We have not been given a name because next of kin has not yet been notified. So Aretha Johnson here says that they watched them pick up rounds. Wow, that is it's just sad. It's very sad information. Let's see here. Yeah, Retha said that that happened right down the street from her. Then we have Adore Indy says, "Save our streets." And it's good to know that the police are right on top of it, and that with the security cameras that all of the neighbors in the community and the neighborhood had there, they were able to get the footage of the events happening. And so they do have suspects in mind. They do believe that arrests are going to be made in all of these cases. And we, of course, will update you when we get that. But that is what we have right now on the murders that happened over the past 24 hours here in Jackson. As soon as we get more information, we will, of course, update you. That's why it's very important for you to download the WLBT app, because if you do that, then you can get notifications when we have breaking news come in, just like these murders that happened and the update. Shabaka Harrison says that praise Chief Wade. We haven't seen this great leadership in a while. And I'm glad that the community feels like, or at least someone in the community feels like that they're seeing great work in the Jackson Police Department. And I see your comment here, Michelle, and I do not know that we have any information about that unless it was, tell me when that happened. Let me know when that happened so that I can make sure that that is something that we are looking into. But that is what we got right now. We're going to update you guys on more when we get more information in. Now, we do have a murder suspect that was arrested over the weekend. His name is Stephen Barber, and he was accused of killing 38-year-old Frank Bozeman III. So I have a picture of him, so you'll be able to see that. Here he is. So this is Stephen Barber. He was arrested this weekend, accused of killing 38-year-old Frank Bozeman III, who was found shot to death inside of his home on Arba Vista Boulevard at the end of May. So he was arrested and charged with murder and aggravated assault. We have not gotten any information yet on if there's been a bond or anything like that, or even a bond hearing. But when we get that information, we will pass it along to you and let you know what happened with it. Also, we have some new details of a woman who has been charged with murder for murdering a Jackson firefighter back in April. It was her boyfriend actually was the firefighter. So Tammy Williams is going to be remain behind bars. She was denied bond by a Hinds County judge. She's been charged with the murder of her boyfriend, firefighter Gerald Bates. So with this incident, what happened was a standoff took place after Williams allegedly shot Bates. And after an hour, the SWAT unit was able to arrest her. And she has been charged with murder and possession of a stolen firearm. So she is off the street. She's not getting out of jail. She's in jail right now. They did deny bond for her. And we will continue to watch this case and keep you guys updated on it. So let's see. Then we have an update of the Dow Mabel case. So his family is continuing their quest for answers after he was found dead. So the family of Dow is hosting a prayer vigil Saturday, June the 15th at noon. And that prayer vigil is going to be held at the Museum Trail on Spengler Street. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Sorry if I am not. So they also said that they're going to be answering some questions at a press conference that's going to happen a couple of hours prior to the prayer vigil that they are holding. So Capitol Police have said there's no sign of trauma related to the traditional forms of homicide. However, his family is calling and asking for a more thorough investigation in his death. But that's where we're at right there. Again, the prayer vigil for Dow Mabel is going to be held Saturday, June 15th. It will be at noon and is going to be taking place at the Museum Trail on Spengler Street. And they also said there will be a press conference a couple of hours prior to the prayer vigil where they'll be able answering some questions there at that prayer vigil. Now, Councilman Kenneth Stokes is trying to bring, or says that at the next city council meeting here in Jackson, he's going to be bringing up an ordinance that is going to require businesses to provide security during hours of operation. So what he is claiming is that the lack of security is leading to more crime. The councilman says that the community group Reset Jackson rallied together at the Texaco Food Mart on Medgar Evers. If you remember, there was last week a woman was shot there in the head at that gas station. And he says that that particular business has seen its share of crime. Let me get that video pulled up for you guys. Here we go.
A lot of people find a place where they know they can commit a crime, and there's no one that's going to be held responsible. And that's what they did here, because they know there's no security. So you can come up here, shoot somebody, and all those kind of things, and nothing happens.
And it doesn't go on in other cities because people are going to do what you allow them to do. If you're going to allow vagrants to stand around your building all day, then they're going to stand around.
So Councilman Stokes is saying that the ordinance would include all Jackson businesses, not just convenience stores, but if that business has an uptick of crime that has happened in the business, on the property or around the business, then the ordinance is going to require that they have security there. So he said he's going to bring this up at the next council meeting, and we will see what happens with that. We'll follow it, and we're going to keep you guys updated on that. We also have an update on the defamation lawsuit, the Mississippi Today defamation lawsuit that Governor Phil Bryant has put out. So the Mississippi Supreme Court is going to have to decide whether a Madison County judge violated the First Amendment by demanding reporters' notes in a defamation case involving Governor Phil Bryant. So Phil Bryant filed a suit against Mississippi Today last year. He alleging that the publication defamed him by linking him directly to that very large welfare scandal that happened here. So then last month, Madison County Circuit Judge Bradley Mills ordered that the news outlet Mississippi Today hand over privileged documents to the court, documents that could reveal confidential sources. According to the First Amendment rights, we have the right to have confidential sources, especially with the media. So Mississippi Today plans to immediately file an appeal to the state Supreme Court. What has happened with that is the publication editor-in-chief, Adam, has published an editorial about this, and this is what it said. In part, we believe this court order is unconstitutional, so we have no choice but to appeal it to the Mississippi Supreme Court. With our appeal, the stakes are incredibly high. The Supreme Court could guarantee these critical rights for the first time in our state's history, or it could establish a dangerous precedent for Mississippi journalists and the public at large by tossing aside an essential First Amendment protection. We will definitely be following that here at WLBT and keep you guys updated on this before. So coming back here to Facebook where you guys are talking, let's see, Kay Johnson has said that unfortunately what is happening in Jackson and the surrounding area isn't unique. And Kay, that is unfortunate. I believe that is a true statement, and it is very unfortunate. The crime has picked up, and it's been going strong. I can say that I've noticed a lot of arrests being made, though, especially with the crimes that are happening here in the city of Jackson. It seems like we will report a crime, and then within a couple of days, we'll report a murder, and within a couple of days, an arrest has been made. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen with all of them, but we are seeing arrests happen. So we're going to keep you updated on all of that. Michelle, I see your comments there, and I'm going to check into that, and I'm going to send you a personal message there and let you know what we find out about that, if we find out any additional information, or if, we check into it to see why there has not been any additional information. We'll look on that for you. I'll get that information to you as soon as I can. Now, another story of something that happened here in Mississippi. Told you about on Sunday. I'm sorry, Saturday. No, we told you about it on Sunday. I believe it happened on Saturday. And you probably saw the Facebook post if you were on Facebook. Kind of went viral around here, and it's where a woman was denied playing a golf tournament with her father at the Cleveland Country Club in Cleveland, Mississippi. So this happened on Friday. And the female in question here, her name is Lauren Gross, and she says she's been waiting for months to play in the 2024 four-ball golf tournament with her dad. But 24 hours before her and her father were set to tee off for a practice round, her father got a call saying that she could not play simply because she is a female. So Gross says that it's a tournament her family has participated in for many years. Usually her father has another person that plays with him, another partner, and that partner couldn't play because he had to go to a wedding. So he asked his daughter to fill in. And they say during the registration process, there weren't any rules that women could not play in the tournament. But here's what she said she was told by one of the pros at the court about the matter.
We really didn't get much other than just kind of, well, we know we didn't really brand it as a man's tournament, but for the 40 plus years we've been putting it on, it really it's been that way. So we just decided we're going to keep it that way. And I mean, we've never really had the issue of women wanting to play before, so we didn't feel like we needed to clarify it or specify it as a men's tournament. So, I mean, this is the first time we've ever had that issue, and we just decided we don't really want to open that can of worms.
Wow. So we did reach out to the Cleveland Country Club for a comment. We have not heard back yet. And we also tried to call a member who sits on the board there, but we couldn't get in touch with him, get him on the phone. But yeah, so she was denied the ability to play with her father, even though there's nothing in the rules that says a female can't play. But they just decided to not let her play just because she's a girl, which is extremely unfortunate that happened, that she had to go through that. But that happened in Cleveland at the Cleveland Country Club. And the 2024 four-ball golf classic, she was looking forward to playing with her dad. And the day of right before the tournament, the day they were going to be teeing off for practice, said that she couldn't go because she's a girl. So that is that blows my mind that happened. So let me recap you guys on what happened in the past 24 hours here in Jackson. We had a press release at the beginning of this video from Jackson PD Joseph Wade, the chief of the police department, where there were 3 murders in the past 24 hours. The 52nd murder of the year happened at the 1000 block of Marine Street. Happened around 6:30 last night. It was a drive-by shooting, and an 18-year-old lost his life in that. The 53rd murder of the year here in Jackson happened on the 3200 block of Lakewood Drive. It was around 11 o'clock last night. And Chief Wade said himself that this one was particularly disturbing because there were over 180 assault rifle rounds fired at this shooting. A 25-year-old lost his life in this shooting that happened on Lakewood Drive. His name is Amara Harper. He was found dead at the scene from the gunshot wounds. The chief did say that the murder that happened on Marine Street, as well as the one that happened on Lakewood Drive, they believe that they might be connected, but they do expect to make arrests in both of those. We also have the 54th murder of the year that happened at the 600 block of McClure Street, and that happened around 6:30 this morning. A 32-year-old black male lost his life in this. We have not been given a name because next of kin has not yet been notified. But they were sitting at an intersection. It was the person who lost their life was in a vehicle, and then the suspect was in a gray 4-door pickup truck in front of him at this intersection. The gray four-door pickup truck is missing its front right fender. So what happened was a suspect got out of the the four-door pickup truck and started firing rounds into the vehicle behind him, in which the 32-year-old lost his life. That happened around 6:30 this morning, again on McClure Street. Chief Wade does want to commend the citizens and thank them, because all of the citizens around in that neighborhood, or these neighborhoods where the murders happened, had cameras on their homes where they could turn over that footage to the police, where it shows the entire incidents happening. And so he commended the citizens for having those cameras and being able to help solve the crimes, or get suspects arrested, or find out who the suspects were in these crimes, and get that information out to the public as soon as possible, and hopefully make some arrests as soon as possible. If you have any information on any of these, if you know someone that's driving a gray four-door pickup truck that's missing its front right fender, if you have any information regarding the shooting that happened on Lakewood Drive last night around 11 o'clock, 180 assault rifle rounds fired there. The suspect was believed to be in a four-door white sedan. And then the murder that happened on Marine Street at 6:30 yesterday, a drive-by shooting where an 18-year-old lost his life. It's very, very sad day, but according to Chief Wade, that they do expect to make arrests in all of these. We're going to continue to follow them. We're going to continue to get the information, and we are going to give it to you as soon as we get it here into our station. Make sure you download the WLBT news app so that you can get alerts and notifications as soon as the breaking news comes in, and we send it out to you. And you guys, I'm going to jump off of here now. It's the end of WLBT Plus today. Unfortunately, today was not a fun day of being a reporter. It was not a fun day of being an anchor and being able to give you guys information on what's happening in our area. However, we can't just report on the good. We got to tell you the bad so that you can be aware, so that you can hopefully call in any tips that you may have. And so hopefully maybe we can learn how we can all work together better going forward to make this type of stuff not happen in our city. You guys have a great day. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock for WLBT Plus. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.